Day 4 of AIDS 2022 kicked off with a really interesting conversation with Dr. John Nkengasong from PEPFAR.
PEPFAR, in a very simple manner, is hope for humanity. Hope for HIV, people infected and affected. It was 20 years ago, about so, whole segments of sub-Saharan Africa, or whole nations, were about to be disseminated by HIV/AIDS. Life expectancy dropped significantly, and we saw people lying in clinics and that were hopeless. And because of PEPFAR, which is the President's emergency plan for AIDS relief, the United States President's emergency plan for AIDS relief, it provided an opportunity for people living with HIV/AIDS to be treated. They had hope, and they could live normal lives and raise their families and actually just go along as any other person. If you look at where is the virus, it is in children, it is in adolescent girls and young women, it is in key population, the LGBTQI population. And when you unpack that, you begin to look at issues of stigma, discrimination, which we have to fight.
Stigma has been the through line, the unfortunate through line throughout this entire pandemic. Stigma was what it began with, and it's still here. And I talk to people every day in the US or elsewhere, they just face so much stigma, whether it's their own internalized stigma or the stigma that they face when they go to the doctor or in their families or in their communities. And it's just heartbreaking. I was excited yesterday at the symposium that Dr. Tony Fauci spoke at. There was a rally, protest rally around U=U, and the energy was so great. And Tony Fauci was one of the early champions of U=U because he saw the data. And so to have them rally and him be there, it was a great symbol of where we've come, for sure.
While the focus of AIDS 2022 is obviously HIV and AIDS, monkeypox has also been getting a lot of attention, and I caught up with the CDC earlier to find out the latest.
I think it's fair to say that we know that the vaccine is safe, and we know that it has activity, like really good activity against pox viruses. It's a 2-dose vaccine series. The ideal strategy is dose, 4 weeks later, a second dose, and then about 2 weeks after that, you have high levels of protection. There is protection that occurs after the first dose. With that said, we can't quantify it. And so what's important is to have your personal prevention strategy on top of that vaccine that makes sense for you. For some people, it may be take a little pause from sex. For other people, it may be focus on like a small group of people that you always have sex with, or I'm only going to be with one unique partner for a little bit. And for other people, it may mean like I may have multiple partners, but I won't go to sex parties or sex clubs. My advice that I've been giving is after that first dose, there's protection there, but keep going with a multi-pronged prevention plan as we get more vaccine. So the goal really is that as vaccine rolls out, the advice that may be around like maybe reducing multiple partners or anonymous partners or the venues that you go will change as we get more biomedical prevention.
What's the one thing that you personally have learned from attending seminars and meetings here that you've gone, wow, this is exciting?
Botswana has exceeded the 95 goals.
What we can learn from Botswana is it can be done, but it has to include a lot of ingredients that we're just not there yet in the U.S. Also some great new information about the ability to scale up and provide PrEP to everywhere, in different populations, which we really need to do, and the evidence that was presented just got me very excited.
AIDS 2022 wraps up here in Montreal tomorrow, and Plus Life will have the final moments of the conference for you. Be sure to check out the Plus Life Media website and the Plus Life Media YouTube channel for the full interviews that you saw today. We'll have those up soon, and we'll see you tomorrow.